In today's session, we will study about the chemical reactions of aldehyde, ketone and aldehyde ketones. Now under it, first we will study the nucleophilic addition reaction. Chemical reaction of aldehyde and ketone. Nucleophilic addition reaction. Now, when the carbonyl group reacts with the nucleophile, this oxygen is electronegative, so it acquires partial negative charge and the carbon acquires partial positive charge. When the nucleophile is added, then it attacks the electrophilic carbon center perpendicular. As a result, the carbonyl carbon, which is sp2 hybridized, changes to sp3 hybridized and it acquires tetrahedral structure. And when this addition product accepts proton, it forms the addition product. Once again I will explain. The carbonyl group, the bond between it is polar in nature. It attracts the shared pair electrons, so it acquires partial negative and partial positive charge. The nucleophile attacks the electrophilic carbon center perpendicular to it. As a result, this sp2 hybridized carbon gets converted into sp3 hybridized carbon, and this addition product accepts proton. It forms the compound. Second is reactivity. Aldehydes are generally more reactive than ketone in nucleophilic addition reaction. Aldehydes are more reactive than ketones. because of two reasons. First reason is steric reason. In aldehyde, one alkyl group and one hydrogen is present, which allow the addition more easily as compared to the presence of two alkyl group. The large size alkyl group, they hinders the attack of the nucleophile on the carbon atom. First reason is that due to the presence of single alkyl group in aldehydes as compared to the double alkyl group in the ketone. Second reason is, that is electronic reason. Second reason is electronic reason. Aldehydes are more reactive than ketone because the two alkyl groups present on ketone reduces the electrophilicity of the carbonyl group as compared to the aldehydes. Once again, aldehydes are more reactive than ketone because of two alkyl groups reduces the electrophilicity of the carbonyl carbon more effectively than the aldehydes. So this question may be asked, why aldehydes are more reactive than ketone? Why aldehydes are more reactive than ketone? So two reasons, steric reason and electronic reason. Now we'll study some important examples of nucleophilic addition and nucleophilic addition elimination reaction. Under it, first is reaction with HCN. First is reaction with hydrogen cyanide. Now this reaction collectively we can write down for aldehyde ketone. So if it is aldehyde, we can write down that is alkyl group and hydrogen, and if it is ketone, both are alkyl group. When this reacts with the nucleophile cyanidine, it forms addition product and accepts proton to form cyanohydrin. Cyanohydrins. This reaction is very slow with pure HCN. Therefore, a catalyst base is used which can help to generate the cyanidine, and cyanohydrins are useful synthetic intermediates. Cyanohydrins are very useful synthetic intermediates. Second reaction is, that is reaction with sodium sulfite, bisulfite. Reaction with sodium bisulfite ITE. So when aldehyde or ketone reacts with sodium bisulfite, it forms the addition product in mechanism. Already I have told you that first addition product is formed. Again, the proton transfer takes place. Proton transfer, and it forms sodium bisulfite addition product. Sodium bisulfite, HITE, sodium bisulfite addition product. Now in this equation, the position of equilibrium, it largely lies towards the right hand side for most of the aldehydes and left for most of the ketones due to steric reason. Again, the position of equilibrium lies largely to the right hand side for the aldehydes and left hand side for the ketones due to steric reason. Number 2, this addition product, hydrogen sulfide addition product, is water soluble, can be converted back to original carbonyl compound when treated with dilute hydrochloric acid or alkali sodium hydroxide. Therefore, this reaction can be used in the separation and purification of aldehydes. This reaction can be used for the separation and purification of aldehydes. Next is addition of Grignard reagent. This reaction you have studied in the previous chapter, alcohol, phenol and ether. Addition of Grignard reagent. Very important reagent used to form many organic compound. Now, carbonyl group reacts with Grignard reagent. It forms the addition product which undergoes hydrolysis. It forms alcohol. Now if we take formaldehyde, it will form primary alcohol CH3, CH2, OH, primary alcohol. If you will take acetaldehyde, it will form secondary alcohol. We have taken X, so we will write down here X. If you have taken Br, then we would have written Br. So it will form secondary alcohol. And if you will take ketone, similar reaction is there, only the alkyl groups we have changed, so it will form tertiary alcohol. So formaldehyde forms primary alcohol, acetaldehyde forms secondary alcohol, and ketone will form tertiary alcohol. The first step is addition of Grignard reagent, and second step is, so we can write down these reactions like this also in short. Next is, that is addition of alcohol. Addition of alcohol. Now aldehyde reacts with alcohol in the presence of dry HCl gas. In the presence of dry HCl gas, it forms hemiacetal. It forms, this is R dash, so this will form OR dash. This is called hemiacetal, also called as alkoxy alcohol intermediate or alkoxy alcohol intermediate when it combines with the second molecule of alcohol, and again dry HCl gas, it forms OR dash and OR dash. It forms acetal and called as gem dialkoxy compound. Alkoxy compound. So this is hemiacetal, OR group is added here, also called alkoxy alcohol intermediate, and second molecule of alcohol combines, it forms acetal. Now next reaction with ketone. Next is reaction with ketone. A ketone reacts with dihydric alcohol. Ketone reacts with dihydric alcohol in the presence of dry HCl gas. It forms ketal. It forms ethylene glycol ketal. This ketal comes from ketone and this is ethylene glycol. Ethylene glycol. So aldehyde reacts with primary alcohol. It forms hemiacetal and acetal, whereas ketone reacts with dihydric alcohol to form ethylene glycol ketal. The function of dry HCl gas in this reaction is it protonates the oxygen of the carbonyl compound and increases the electrophilicity of the carbonyl carbon to facilitate the nucleophilic attack of ethylene glycol. Now the use of acetal and ketals are that they are hydrolyzed with aqueous mineral acids to form aldehyde and ketones respectively. So it is a reversible reaction. It is a reversible reaction. If we want to get back aldehyde and ketone, again we will get back the aldehyde and ketones from acetal and ketal respectively. Next is reaction of ammonia and its derivative. Next is reaction of ammonia next reaction of ammonia and its derivative. So first we will write down the general equation. Now the carbonyl group, that is aldehyde or ketone, reacts with ammonia. Now this ammonia can be written as NH2Z. NH2Z. So this reacts to form addition product this ammonia. We have written this one of the hydrogen as H because in other groups also we can we will use the term Z. So here Z is H. Here Z is H. So when it undergoes dehydration, that is removal of water, one OH from this, and this one is this. So it will form so one by one we will study. Once again I am telling you, this is the carbonyl carbon. When reacts with ammonia, it forms an addition product, and on dehydration it forms this compound. The first we will study, that is ammonia. It forms imine. It forms imine. Second compound we can take the example is, that is amines. R NH2. Now this R here is Z. So it will form, this is called amines. If it is CH3, so it will be methylamine. So it will form the addition product OH and NHR. So again here H2O will be removed, dehydration will take place, so it will form C double bond N R. So this is called substituted imine. Substituted imine, also known as Schiff's base. Schiff's base. Third is reaction with hydroxylamine. कहाँ हो भैया ये reaction with hydroxyl hydroxylamine is NH2OH. Now OH is Z here, so reacts with NH2OH, it forms C double bond NOH. And this is called oxime. Now while writing the name, if it is formaldehyde, formaldehyde oxime, acetaldehyde, acetaldehyde oxime, ketone, ketone oxime. Next is reaction with hydrazine. Hydrazine NH2, NH2. This is called hydrazine. Now it will form. Now here NH2 is the Z. NH2 is Z. So OH, NH, NH2. So it will form now hydrazine forms hydrazones. Hydrazine forms hydrazone. Next reaction is, that is, reacts with phenylhydrazine C6H5 NH NH2. So C6H5 NH2 is Z. So again it forms NH C6H5. It will form so it is called as phenylhydrazone. Next is, so this is phenylhydrazine. Phenylhydrazine. Now phenylhydrazine. Next is 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine. Next reaction with 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine. So it is NH it is NH2. Now with reference to this second position, NO2 is group is present, and as fourth position NO2 group is present. So 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine. Now here Z is this group. This is Z group. So it will form COH NH, then NH, NO2, NO2. So it will form 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazone, 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazone, double bond N NH, next is reaction, that is reduction of alcohol, reaction to alcohol, aldehyde, reduction of aldehydes. Now under it we'll study reduction of aldehyde or ketone to alcohol now aldehydes undergoes reduction to form alcohol, and the reducing agent used is NaBH4 or LiAlH4, LiAlH4, and third is this is or, that is hydrogen in the presence of nickel, platinum or palladium. So either you use this one or this one or this, only one reagent is used. Second is Clemenson reduction, CHLEMM, Clemenson reduction, that is reduction of aldehydes to alkane, reduction of aldehydes or ketones to alkanes. So when aldehyde or ketone undergoes reduction in the presence of zinc amalgam and HCl, it forms alkane of the same carbon atom, alkane of the same carbon atom. You can take the example, suppose you have taken formaldehyde, so the compound formed will be methane. If you will take acetaldehyde, then the compound formed will be ethane, and so on. The second is Wolff-Kishner reduction. Wolff-Kishner reduction. Again, carbonyl compound reacts with hydrazine. It forms the addition product, as already we have discussed in the previous reaction. Then this reaction, in the presence of KOH and ethylene glycol, KOH and ethylene glycol plus heat, it forms alkane of same carbon atom. So in these two reactions you will see that the previous reaction, that is Clemmensen reaction, the medium is acidic, and in Wolff-Kishner reaction the medium is basic. So this is the main difference. In both the reactions we are forming from carbonyl compound, it is converted into alkane. The main difference is the medium, that is in Wolff-Kishner reaction it is basic medium, and in Clemmensen reaction it is acidic medium. Next topic is oxidation. Now aldehydes on oxidation forms carboxylic acid. Next is oxidation. Oxidation of aldehydes and ketones. Now, first is aldehyde. Aldehyde on oxidation gives you carboxylic acid. Now ketones, they are oxidized under vigorous conditions and strong oxidizing agent at higher temperature. Now the oxidation of ketone involves a rule that is called as Popov's rule. Oxidation of ketone involves Popov's rules. This rule states that the cleavage of the CO bond is always the carboxylic acid group goes with the lesser number of carbon atoms. Carboxylic acid goes with lesser number of carbon atom. In this we have the same. So in this, different kinds of carboxylic acid can be formed. If this group will go with this, then the compound formed will be RCH2COOH, and if it is this, so it will be formed, that is RCOOH. But generally this group goes with COOH group. Next is the oxidation by Tollens reagent. Now what is Tollens reagent? Tollens reagent is ammonical silver nitrate solution. Ammonical silver nitrate solution when aldehyde reacts with Tollens reagent plus, so this is collectively known as Tollens reagent. Tollens reagent, and when it is heated, it forms a silver mirror at the site of the test tube, which is just like a mirror in which we can see our face. So the aldehydes are oxidized to carboxylate ion. The aldehydes are oxidized to carboxylate ions. So the aldehydes gives this reaction in alkaline medium. Second is Fehling test. Now Fehling test is the combination of two reagents. Fehling reagent is made by two. Fehling reagent A. Fehling reagent A is aqueous copper sulfate solution. Fehling's reagent A is aqueous copper sulfate solution Failing reagent B is sodium, potassium, tartarate, solution, also known as Rosilli salt. When these solutions are mixed together, then it forms Falling's reagent. When Falling reagent is added to aldehyde, it forms reddish brown PPT of Cu2O, reddish brown PPT of Cu2O. Now, aromatic aldehydes do not give this test. Aromatic aldehydes do not give this test. So in examination questions are asked कि how will you distinguish between acetaldehyde and benzaldehyde, then we can use this reaction that when benzaldehyde will not give this Falling reagent test, whereas acetaldehyde will give this test. And next is now in today's session we have discussed the chemical reactions and preparation of aldehyde and ketone.